Hello guys, hopefully in our last chance saloon here, if you have caught the other video that I've just uploaded, well it hasn't appeared for me yet online, but hopefully it is going to appear. You'll be up to date. If you aren't, we'll try to talk you through this one, but it has not been a good day. We have sprinkled a touch of alcoholic beverages onto our whole Saturday. So we'll have from maybe 3:30–4 in the afternoon. Those beverages have been working their magic, and you've seen what their magic helped us do on our first attempt. And here we'll get a wee nudge. Now that you can see again, I'm not sure if I was going off myself or not. I was off, the grip was starting to pull me back in, but we've received that extra wee nudge just at the end there, which has pushed us on off from Mr. Rice. But no biggie that. If anything, Mr. Rice has been fooled by us drifting out that way, and he has made a slight error and drifted out himself. So and you can see now on 30 tires it just went from bad to worse. You sprinkle this alcohol. We've got a love for alcohol and a love for racing, and sometimes you sprinkle them together and this magic happens. Unfortunately there was no magic to be found all day and all evening on this track. There was plenty of giggles and plenty of laughing, but not a lot of good smart driving. We've struggled with this combination, with this car on this track. It has been a struggle. If you watched the last video, you know the problems I'm talking about that is happening with the split tires. You can see the problem has happened to us in this one, so we couldn't have had. It has all went wrong. It started us on the soft tires instead of starting us on the split tires, which means the second half of this race we're going to be stuck on the mediums. Let's start the skipping, because this should not be a long video, guys. This is just basically the end of my evening. I was very, very lonely, as you can see, all on my own. Forgot all about saving my fuel. I was revving the car out, trying to get back up in there. It was not working. We had no luck whatsoever. But as I say, it's all about the fun, and I definitely don't feel like we didn't go out and rage. I've had rages in the past when I first started playing this game, where in an FI race maybe someone's a bit naughty to you, so you crash into him and you get a 5-second penalty and maybe hit him again, and those races totally destroy your rating. But a poor race, coming home in last place, where you've just made a mistake but you haven't picked up a whole pile of penalties for driving poor and all, I don't think that's going to be totally devastating for us in this one, as in this one we had just moved up into this lobby. It was clear we were ranked 18th or 19th, so it wasn't expecting much from us in this lobby anyway. We'll continue with the skipping theme, because we're on our toad. We contemplated doing a pit stop on lap 5 there, because nothing was working. We wanted to try something different, but we decided against it and we stuck it out till the next lap, and we came in early. We were meant to go on the split tires to lap 7 or lap 8. Now we've decided we've had one lap in practice on the medium tires, just to have an idea of would they be okay on their own, and they weren't terrible. They were quite fine on their own, so they were. But as I say, if they don't fix this here split that is happening with people's tyres. I assume it's not only happening to me, guys, it has to be happening to other people around the world. Hopefully it'll happen to the right guy, one of the real fast guys, or one of the real good complainers who complains to the right people, and we'll get this sorted, because people will quickly lose interest in this FIA. Like, I would struggle to keep an interest in the FIA, and that's saying something, because I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. So I am really enjoying how it's all operating. But it's going to be soul destroying if you're meant to start on a race, say, where you have to use all 3 compounds of tyres. You have to get rid of your hard and your medium compound in your first stint. So you split your tyres, hards in the front, mediums in the back, or else the other way around, whatever your preference is. But that gets rid of your 2 slowest tyres at the start of the race, and then you come in on the softs. The way this split thing has been going for me, it has been starting me on the soft tyres, which would mean that you would then have to come in and do a stint. So that's a stint on the mediums, because you can't split your tyres during the race. You can only do it at the start. So you'd have to do a pit stop for the mediums, a pit stop for the hards, and then another pit stop to get back onto the right tyre. It will be no sense even doing any races. So it won't, if this is a frequent thing. We've had 2 or 3 hours of practice the day before the FIA race, and we've had another 3 or 4 hours before the FIA race starts practicing, and more than half of our races it has not done what it was meant to do and start us on the split. So this is definitely going to be, you're going to hear guys talking about this. I would expect, if you any videos I'm watching coming up from Key or any of the other Super GT, we don't see Tisney much anymore, so we don't on YouTube, which is a shame. Absolutely love Mr. Tisney, who is. But yeah, I'm expecting to hear about this in other videos. Let's continue with the skip, because we said we weren't going to make this one a long one. This was a battle for last place now for us. We had people, in fact I may tell you, because it's piss poor driving, so I'll tell you my excuses now, apart from the alcohol. This was our last effort as well, and believe it or not, on our last effort we had someone in the room with us as well, dancing and joking and messing about right in our peripheral vision, trying to distract us. And when that didn't work, we ended up having hands run over her face and through her beard, through her hair, over her eyes. And I don't know, I have never had to witness Michael Schumacher or Lewis Hamilton try to concentrate on getting a Grand Prix victory, whilst the pit girl is covering his eyes and running her fingers through his hair and his beard if he had one. So I feel like we're one up there on even the best in the world. Even Hamilton and Schumacher don't have to deal with this, so we've got more experience than them when it comes to that. And we're over the moon there, because someone had tried to keep me motivated in the chat. My head was dropping and I was getting distracted. I think it was Mr. Chimpanzee had said he wanted a 17th please. He just wrote 17th please, so that gives a bit of motivation, and we were happy. We felt like we'd achieved something there, so we did. We'll continue the skip, and that feeling of achieving something disappeared, because we realised that about this stage that the fuel was in big trouble. We had 3 laps to go, or when there was 4 laps to go, I had 3 laps of fuel left, so it did. So we had to get in the fuel saving mode. We went down to the lowest mixture, I believe it was, and we just tried to not get lost. We don't feel like we know we're not going to be able to hang on to this guy. We're just getting an extra wee bit of speed from him to keep us out of last place. We're now officially in a battle for last. Although at this stage I did think to myself, should we send Mr. DMR the message at the end of the race if we beat him, to tell him about that old story of a wise man says you're only as good as your last race, and in my last race I beat you. So we were thinking that, but no sooner had we started thinking that, and this guy started hunting us down. As soon as we were on fuel mixture 6, he just started coming at us so fast. So he did. We'll continue the skip here. We'll get round lap 14. We're still having to stay in fuel mixture 6. You can see he's coming, and as he takes it off us here, we'll get it back up. I like to have 1.2 to start the last lap on fuel, and then that means I don't even look at the fuel. I just rev the car out and push. We started this lap with 1 left, so we still required a wee short shift here and there, but we were hoping that we can not get lost and maybe send this guy that wee message about the wise man's story. You can see we're still, I must be feeling to myself here, yep, I can still have this, so I can. I'm not getting lost. I'll also say, I think I said in the last video I made, but Seed and Boob, old time friends, it was lovely to see you on the stream the other night. So it was, and it's been lovely to see everybody. We started doing this because we were tired sitting waiting on hosts, and you can see we risked it there and we've messed it all up. Didn't want to hit that wall. That's definitely not going to be a rage quit. It was a threat of a 3-point turn there required, but we just made sure we didn't hit the wall and pick up another penalty. But yes, I've been really enjoying, I've been having fun, guys. So you know, we're getting a wee bit more popular, and we started this because we were spending so much time sitting in a room, not having a race, waiting on hosts starting or waiting on people joining us. And I just wanted to be in a position where I could turn my PlayStation on, open a room and have people come and join me, and I'm now in that situation. I think the last 4 or 5 streams that I've been doing as will give a perfect 360 for friends and family who had joined us here today at the finish line there. But we're slowly but surely living the dream at the minute. We'll turn our PlayStation on and we'll get in there, we open up a room and we'll have friends who are joining us and some regulars. So even if we lose interest in this FIA at some stage, or this entire thing isn't fixed, we'll still be having a lot of fun. We'll maybe try and get enough regulars to make up our own, and hopefully this video will work for me and I won't have to do it again, because this is my second attempt at it and it didn't work the first time. Thanks again everyone.